Okay, everyone, hello. Um, I wanted to talk to you guys today um, about the DDA contests as well as the ones that J Heart's doing. And the only reason why I'm going to be covering these today is because J Heart isn't going to be. He's going to be covering the full batch because I'm not going to do all of them. He's going to watch the full batch on Tuesday. I don't know what time yet, but I'm going to do a couple of them now because there's some that I really wanted to talk about. And something else I want to do is actually I want to look at some of these homes that belong to other homes that belong to these same people because these homes are incredible. I mean, some of them, like Chrysia, I've probably seen all of her other homes, but others, I haven't. So let me open up. So the first one that I noticed, I'm going to show you the ones that I still haven't made up my mind about how wonderful. I mean, they're all wonderful. The ones that I'm going to show you are all wonderful. But I haven't made up my mind about where they fit in the what's the word? In the scheme of things. Like in the ranking. And let me see, because oh, I don't know if I told you guys who the winners were from Halloween, but they were Kamala was first in the normal category, then by Celestar, and then Mevrain. And in the large, Research Monkey was first, then Delphinia, then Skull Lord, tied with Cute Kitty. So one of at least one or two of those, maybe three, we toured together. So that's good. I know I didn't show you Kamala's. I might show it to you later. The only reason why I did it was because it was really cool. What is that? I crossed something off and I don't understand my notes. Very strange. Okay, so we'll do Wednesday morning because, as usual, she's insane. Because I didn't show it to you because I didn't want to give away the trick of things. So here we are. The trick went off without a hitch on J Heart's stream. It was adorable. He got so killed. It was really funny. He fell right into her trap multiple times. He was really impressed. I should probably tell people I'm streaming. I always get so shy when I do that, but I have to do it. I have to do it. Because I have enough people in Twitch who love me and care about me, and I should share that information. Because my guilds are great. I had an issue this morning in one of my guilds, and I'm not going to name names, but I had an issue this morning, like a conflict with a new player that very unusual in one of my guilds. Okay, J Heart just updated saying that the DDA homes will be Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully we can get a couple of them in and talk about them because, he and I talk about things completely differently when it comes to that. General chat. There. Boom. Everybody listed. Okay. And so I think that it would... All right. What was I saying? Words are hard. Memory is shot. I'm still sick. I don't know what's going on with me. I still haven't gotten... my results came back inconclusive. I should go to the doctor on Monday. I think we have drops right now. Twitch.tv/Stabadidoom is my name. I apologize if I completely lost what I was saying there. But, that's how I roll. I forget things. Oh, yeah, the problem this morning. So, yeah, we had this issue this morning with a new player. And they were being very unnice. They were being total jerks, honestly. And that's really unusual. And they just didn't fit in. They were saying some awful things. And it was really nice to see my guild leader step in and get involved and do something about it. And to that, I have to say, you know, especially J. Hart Ellis and to Storma Hawk, both of them lead the guild. I appreciate greatly when someone takes responsibility and does what they need to do, even though it's not their fault that things are going bad. Just want to say, this is Mornoth that Wednesday morning is working with here. So I think you can recognize Mornoth's pathway up on the second floor. But let's go back to what I was showing you at the beginning, and you can get the idea. This is a scary build, but I don't think it's a Halloween build because they had a different one for monsters and Halloween. So I think this one is just, this is called Home is Where the Heart Is. So you would expect these like really cool home-like houses, which yes, some of them are, but others are more avant-garde. And so I would say this is one of the more avant-garde ones. And this starts here with a lot of the hemoglobes and interesting kinds of, I think these are the mother's doors that you can get from either the Lux vendor or maybe Crown, I don't know. But these beautiful blue things, I have to finally go on the dungeon to get those. And then the crown of the coral sitting around Dark Mother really works. Obviously, you can tell this is a lot of Dark Brotherhood stuff from the very beginning. It just continues like that. So she's managed with all of these stalagmites and stalactites, which are obviously not normal to the Mornoth Keep, which is an orc keep, which I own and doesn't look anything like this. Combining those with volcanic plugs, which are very big. She's created an entire cave, which, as we all know, that's where Dark Brotherhood people hang out, in caves. And then she's got doorways. You know, I'm not really sure what this doorway is about, but it works. I think that's actually the side door or the front door. I can't tell, but she must have just closed it off that way. So we got elsewhere walls combined with Eleanor or more Redguard type doorways, and then the gates, the masterwork gates, and then we've got some books and whatnot. So this looks like the main office, as you know, like the guild particular leader, and it's got a lot of the traditional stuff going on here, the traditional Dark Brotherhood stuff, but it's just so well done and kind of amazing, really. And this is just a shrine here, which is, I mean, the fact that this is beyond, you know, I'm not saying much, but the reality is this goes like well beyond anything that the average builder will ever do in their lifetime. This is a masterpiece. This is something that somebody thought about and dreamed about and really wanted to do and made it beautifully. And she did, I think it's a she. She's done some incredible work. She's also done the Bat Cave, and she's done a really good scary monster house that if you haven't seen, you should probably check out. Let me actually tell you which homes, because I don't have it sorted by that, but yeah, it is amazing. But she did, her Sijic is her Halloween house, so should you want to go see a scary house in person, that would be the one that you should check out as her Sijic. And her erstwhile is actually the Bat Cave. So I think, no, that's PBO's lady. I got somebody mixed up. Sorry. So she didn't do the Bat Cave. That was PBO's lady. But this is just, I mean, this is 400 out of 400 items, no effects. And it's just, you know, it's kind of small when you look at it. But here's the heart. But it's so amazingly Dark Brotherhood in a Mornoth. You couldn't even tell this was Mornoth except for the gates. I mean, the floors when you came up to the second floor. But just, you know, this is such a traditional, amazing Dark Brotherhood haul and a heart. Home is where the heart is. You know, that's always been a thing for me. I really question why. Why do the Dark Brotherhood act like they're all family and whatnot, and they're all, oh, I forgot there was this whole other section. Yeah, so this is the bedrooms where they sleep. You know, it just kind of bugs me always that, like, they want you to care about these other characters and they want you to be part of the family and really feel safe and whatever. And it's like, you're all a bunch of fucking assassins who kill everybody. Like, why would you ever want to, like, care about such brutal people who kill people for not even reasons? They're just told, here, kill this person. Okay. It's hard for me to care about the Dark Brotherhood. But I see where the beauty of this is. This is incredible, but I just don't really care about the Dark Brotherhood as a whole. So yeah, if you should check this out in person. It's her Mornoth Wednesday morning. If you have not been exposed to her work, you really should check it out because it's incredible. So this is one of the entries, and I've been trying to figure out like who's gonna win, because I've even had to like eliminate the number 8s from my list. That's how incredibly difficult this decision's become. I've got so many 9s that even the 8s are difficult. But here's the Chrysaeus. I think I've seen Chrysaeus. I think Chrysaeus is reusing something, but it is that good. Yes, Chrysaea did her Sleek Creek again, I think. And her Sleek Creek is amazing, but I've shown it to you guys before, so I'm not going to show it to you again. But Danielder, which one did you use, Danielder? Old Misfell. I also put this one as a 9. So this is going to be a tough choice. Now, remember, J Hart's going to be touring these at length on Tuesday at, I think he said 1 p.m. Eastern. So I'm not going to go through all of them. But what I wanted to talk about was inspiration. Sometimes inspiration comes easy, and sometimes inspiration doesn't come easy. And I've been struggling with certain things. So this has been really good for me to see really inspired and thought amazing homes, honestly. They're just incredible. And even the ones that I'm not showing you brought me a lot of ideas and a lot of inspiration back. And it just made me start to feel more creative again. Now, I loved this home because there's a couple of things that I take into account when I'm looking at homes. But the first thing is overall feel. Like when I walked into the erstwhile that they made in Mornoth, it's like, what's the feeling? Well, it's kind of oppressive. It's dark. It's scary. You know, the overall feel really does matter. And when I first walk into this one, it's more, I'm out in the country and it's pretty and I like it. You know, it's like more farmlandy kind of feeling. So pastoral more than serene. Definitely more like there's stuff going on. It's not as calm as a normal thing. But then, you know, she has all of the animals here and all of the farm scenes, which are they add that to that feeling of a farm. It's just not just put a couple things in a corner. Like she actually like really designs with it. She puts effort into where every single thing is laying. Like the sickle is here for a reason, and you know her chickens are here, and all her pigs are in a pig pen. It's all very thought out, and I really like that about it. Looks like they stopped our drops. I didn't realize that they didn't have drops going anymore. That's too bad. Unless you guys see them, I don't see them. Maybe it's just I have a different screen. I thought they were going to go till 10 o'clock tonight. But maybe they called it early. I don't know. But yeah, so this is the chicken coop or the barn and everything. So I really feel like this is very well executed, and I really like the details of it. And Danielle does really good for that. You do see drops. Okay, so then it's just my screen. My screen has just has my edit panels and whatnot. So maybe I should just close out of this because it's not showing me the truth. Show me the truth. You see drops. Good. Okay, now, you know what? I just had to reload it. Now it shows me drops. Okay, good. Thank you, Jay. So, I'm showing just a couple of these houses, Jay Hurt, just the ones that I couldn't make up my mind between who I want to win. And then I was going to start talking about your contests again and what ideas I have for cornucopias. There's been some suggestions that have come my way that are brilliant. And that way, not everyone has to use that battle horn. And maybe you might want to spread that to some of your viewers that they can also use the dragon horn, the big or the little dragon horn. But I think the big dragon horn would work really well. And also the frog collar. So if you place those things in a certain way, no, they all involved ideas for the cornucopia itself. So, and then the final thing that I was looking at, and this would only count if you really want a big one, but the Merkmeyer kiln also works. But it has a solid bottom, so you would have to like sort of work with that one to make it come out right. But look at the detail here. Look, she made a green bean casserole. Can you believe that? I mean, dear God. So, yeah, I've been talking a lot about your contests, and I've been trying to work with people on ideas because I know sometimes it's hard to get inspired on contests, especially when they're quick. But I think the cornucopia one, I'm finally getting to where I need to go mentally with what I'm going to do for it. And I know I'm that far behind. I did build one, but I'm not happy with it. So this is new. Look at this. This is a cake. or crostata, actually. That's how fancy she got. It's the top of a Kajiti stool with grapes put in it. But it looks just like a crostata, doesn't it? I may have to steal that idea. I'm sorry, girl. And then this is common. I've seen this a lot. These are cheese with radishes stuck in. But this is new. I haven't seen anyone do this. This is just putting the pumpkin sunken in. She's got a pumpkin pie. And that's really smart. I've talked about this before using pearls. You can use pearls as a dough. So you've got like little balls of dough and a big ball of dough. And these look like ladyfingers. I think they're just pieces of bread. Look at that flower. Oh my Lord, I could live in this house. It's so incredible. All the little details, you know? Oh, that's brilliant. So she took the sack of flour and she just put one of the centered cups in it at an angle, and so it looks like it's scooping the flour out. And then up here, she used the same redone urn, but she sunk it down, so it looks like 3 different sized urns. Isn't that crazy? And then, of course, she, built her own oven because she's insane and she does everything amazing. The more I look at this house, the more I'm like, oh my God, this is incredible. This is more, I mean, I love the ambitious build of Wednesday morning, but this one is a little bit more my style because it's just so detailed. And everything seems to have, you know, like the dish rack I love. But everything seems to have been thought about and put in great detail. And kitchens are always so good for that. You can do such amazing things with kitchens. Sorry if you see flickering. My screen has been doing that since it does not like windowed mode. Windowed full screen. It hates it and it fights it. And it's just annoying. But she made a roast. I think that looks really good. With the legs on either side. The only thing I may have done is to put incense underneath it to make it steaming. But otherwise, it looks really good. I mean, it does look good. It doesn't need to be perfect like the way that I would do it. She's perfect the way it is. Um, I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Maybe yams? By taking the mushroom and putting the sweet roll in the center. And then I don't know how she made these look so big. Maybe she took multiples and just laid them just so, which would take a ton of work. The food alone you could spend all day on. And the couches are handmade. Just take 2 beds, put them on an angle with one another. And it works really well because she has it up against the furniture. This is so cool. I don't understand this. I probably would have put a painting up there, but that's just me. So yeah, I mean, even just down to the details of how she hangs her cups rather than just placing them in there. I bet you if she had unlimited items, it would just be insane. Oh, I should mention, I have old effects in here from her last build in this house. I hope no one else does, because these are not related to this current build. They're just silliness. So, I don't get it. But if you do see it, know that I don't think that it's intended to be here. And she's got a little office and a little sewing area. Now, check that out. So she managed to even take the poles, I think those are those fishing spear thingies, and stick them into the thread, making it look like somebody just put their knitting needles to the side. And also, oh my god, everywhere I look, she's got great ideas. She sunk all of these, you know, these are actually like that big. They're not this small. The fabric rolls that you get from elsewhere. By just sinking them in, you make them much more manageable, and they actually fit in that little area. A lot of these are luxe items. Very easily gettable if that's your thing. Okay, this is brilliant. Here's something I never thought of. I could just live in this house and just, oh my god, this house is incredible. The more I look at it, the more detailed. So she's got the Daedric water bowl, which is something I often use for sinks too, because it's got that movement in it. But then she put it in one of the limestone Eleanor outdoor type planters, you know? But by doing it, it fits perfectly. It's like, it looks like it was made, well, maybe not perfectly. I'm bad with a migraine, but I'm going to try and hang on watch. Delphinia, oh, I'm so sorry. And if you don't feel good, you shouldn't have to pay attention. I'm just showing off some things, and you take care of you. Toilets, bathroom. I love bathrooms. The you know, what's the word? I'm going to murder it. I'm not going to use the word. But the ever-present mug that you serves as toilet paper, which I love. And then the toilet, which is, yeah, that's an effect. But again, making use of the Eleanor planters and sinking them into, I think that's like a stage. That may be a stage, an orc stage. So it's just simple, but like, that's brilliant. So well done. She's done just masterful work here. You know, and sometimes it's a double-edged knife, like a double-edged sword. But when you go to some of these homes, you can get so inspired and go, oh my god, that's brilliant. Oh my god, that's brilliant. Oh my god, I love that idea. I got to do that and whatever. But other times you can end up going to somebody's house and feeling so bad about your own work because you're like, I didn't even think about a quarter of these things. I never would have come up with them. Oh, maybe they were intended to be here. Little action figures. So they were talking. Okay, I didn't find them the last time, so I didn't know that they were actually there. I thought they was just silliness. I don't really get, there must be just a child playing here is the idea. Like maybe a little kid has put all of their toys in action. That must be it. And I think it's really cute. And they have their pet. But you know, and like I was saying, it just ends up making me feel sometimes pretty intimidated. Excuse me, hold on. Like, but then, you know, you have to remind yourself that people don't just come out of the womb this way. They don't start this way. Hi, Xenesis. They have to just really, really work at it for a good long time. All right, I'm not going to lie. I don't get this one. I actually don't get what's going on in here at all. If you guys get it, feel free to tell me. I mean, that's pretty obvious. That's one of those mobiles that goes over the child's cradle. So that makes sense. Is that supposed to be the baby? Is the baby blue? And what's with the key blank? I don't get it. That's very strange. But I mean, up until then, I was right there with her. But that one, that lost me. That's a rattle. Oh, that's good. Okay, so is the baby the blue thing then? Because I wouldn't have guessed that. But the rest of this house has just blown my mind. So I'm glad you're here, Treats, because I didn't figure that out. I figured out this was a kid playing in here. This makes sense. But yeah, no idea about the blob. Maybe the blob is the baby. Maybe the baby is like a Sijek. But this is like a whole child's house too, because when you're out here, I don't know. I know I didn't show it to you yet, but there is, aside from the chopping block, which is also very deliberately placed like that, very well done. You go up here and there's a tree house. They built an actual tree house up top. And I shouldn't just skip by the way that it looks outside, because check that out. The pirate flag is brilliance. And just using the tarps, which are very affordable, and the wood elf stuff, which basically was built for the trees, you have an amazing and simply built, not a lot of item counts, and you've got a tree house. And this is just so cool because, you know, a kid maybe wouldn't have a skull, but they may have, you know, coins and toys and, you know, whatnot up here. And so that's really cool. And then this goes up here so that you can look out and get one of the views of the really, I mean, you know how I feel about views in areas you don't normally get views from. I'm a huge fan of anything that allows that to happen. So then in here, it was just a storage house or a storage area. So, I mean, if she had unlimited item slots, this would have been, could you imagine? Like, I can't. It would have been mind-blowing. I mean, it is mind-blowing without that, but just incredible. I honestly think this is winning for me because I've never seen this many brilliant ideas in such a short area. And Wednesday mornings was unbelievable, which is why I'm having so much trouble. It's because there's so many good ones. Another one I was looking at last night was Quick Strikes, and that was also in the 9 area for me. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I mean, if I open it up to the 8s and reevaluate the 8s again, I mean, forget it. Now, this one stuck with me, this Quick Strikes, because what was surprising to me about it, I must have gone when I didn't have, because it's not an open house. It takes forever for other houses to load for me because I've been to many, many houses. I think each item is a different house. Not sure. But I've seen a lot of houses even before this EHT came in. So if that's each item is a house, that's kind of insane. I really need a new hobby. As it goes and goes and goes. I actually talked to Cardi about this. I was saying, you know, dude, when I try to open other houses, it takes forever for me. And imagine if, you know, I click on one and then it goes, you know, you can't visit that house because the permissions are off, and then it starts over again and it has to go through all of those again. So he's like, you know, I'll try to speed it up, but you can also delete it. And he gave me the directions for how to delete it. And I'm not sure what I want to do. I don't know if I want to delete my entire history of every house I've seen, you know. It comes in handy sometimes. Because sometimes I'm not sure. So this was Quick Strike's house. And I remember being very surprised by this house, mainly because I don't know this person. And for somebody who I don't know in the housing community, they did a really freaking amazing idea, freaking amazing house, because it just doesn't strike me. 700 out of 700, by the way. So it just struck me as something that not a beginner would do. Just a couple of them sound assist. I'm doing the ones that I can't make up my mind about what I want to do with. There's because J Heart's touring all of them on Tuesday at 1. He's going to go through all of them in more carefully than I am doing now, because I don't want to just steal his whole show from him. So I'm just going to do some. But if you check this out, like, there's another clever idea I never thought of. Using, instead of just water here, you've got the crystals from Vardenfell interlaid with wedding flowers. Then the waterfall, because, oh my god, of course, a waterfall needs to be in every house. That's the rules. I don't make them up. They're just what they are. And and then you've got, I'm not even going to try to remember her name, because my memory today clearly is shot. It's because whatever medications I'm on for this illness that I'm fighting, which I still don't know what it is, it's completely shot my brain. But it's, oh god, it's gonna kill me. But you guys, you tell me her name again when it catches up to that, and I'll say it, because I can't remember. But I do love all of the columns here. I don't know where these come from. I think they may come from Earth Tear, or you may have to buy them separately. And then the Aegis, the Mournful Aegis. So I really liked the lighting in here. You've got the backlighting of what's going on is I'm thinking he used dream shards. Yes, I can see them now. Dream shards to backlight all of the nocturnal. Thank you, Delphinia. What would I do without you guys? Seriously. Like this morning, Everelia, she put the smackdown on some people who were causing trouble and giving me some drama this morning, and I was really appreciative. So people are really kind of awesome about that, supporting each other and being really just kind. And then you get the weirdo every so often who's just a jerk for no reason, and then we beat them up. So I went up here earlier. This was just a crafting area. There's nothing else there, so I'm not going to waste your time with it. But this is clearly just a little barn area. You know, it's a real shame that this is a broken furnishing. I really wish it weren't, because look at the beautiful design on that. It would have been so nice if it was just, I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. It would be nice if it wasn't broken, though, if it was just a normal. I wonder if we could just not put it on that angle, you know, and then like put one of the fake wheels that you buy in elsewhere and just stick it on there so it looks like it's not broken. Would that work? I want to try it now. I want to try getting one of those wheels and just faking it, making it look like it's not broken. That would be interesting. Give it a shot. Maybe we could do that with the other cart too. The other elsewhere cart that's broken by the dragons. I mean, it'll look raggedy, but who cares? So this is the interior, and there's a lot of set stuff going on here, but in interesting ways. Vivek, the background is the Vivek symbol that you get in the Vivek pack, but they put the Breton lion over it, and so it makes it, you know, not Vivek-y anymore. And the blue, obviously, you know, the blue goes with the Daggerfall Covenant. If I'm saying the wrong thing, just pop me in the head. But there we go. And so I really thought this was an elegant entryway. I liked that they put things on an angle, making it more interesting to the eye, because it's really simple in this first room to just make everything look very much, you know, parallel to one another because of these, you've got the columns, and it's just the way the house is built. It looks like it's got these straight lines like this. So by putting things on an angle, you're really breaking it up and making it look totally cool. I am a fan. Totally cool that I am doctor of all of the words. I know all of the words. Yes, I went to all of the words school. So yeah, I have to agree with everyone else here with an I just ate a potion and I don't know why. I'm going to agree with everyone else here who says that this is bullshit. Why the yellow thread? Perseus Loke must be just beaten. That is horrendous. Even if they had made the thread black, it still would have looked better than this. You know, and the woman was just like, oh my God, it's so amazing. You completed it. It's incredible. No, it's terrible. It's worse than I could imagine. So, I mean, I was just really upset with the final product. And I think everyone is. And it's just, I see what they were going for because you can see he obviously embroidered them together. You can even see the stitching on that. It is very detailed. See the stitchings? You can see that, but it just looks terrible. It's a real shame. I mean, I guess they want it to look like it was torn apart once. Fine. You want to make it look like it was torn apart once. Great. But that looks like garbage. And I hope they know that. And I hope they're ashamed of that. So, I don't know these chairs very well. But I don't think that they had... I don't think they have this normally. This cushioning. I think this is a tablecloth. I think this is the Breton tablecloth. And they just layered it over the chairs to make them more inviting. Because these are the dwarven pews. Hey, Twantle. I looked at your house again last stream. It was really good. The boulder. I was a real fan of it. Yeah, it's a table runner. I thought so. Now, here's a clever idea. Putting the replica Rathana de Renata behind the throne. That is really cool. I'm a fan. I think it makes it look like this is glass, which I don't know if it was supposed to be glass or not, but it looks like it. The shape in the big round raised bed. In your house, I don't think so. I'll have to go back and look again. Because I may have, but don't remember because my memory is shot. Don't assume I didn't. It just could be me being myself stupid, as usual. There's nothing in the basement in this house, so I won't drag your bits down there, but I thought this was a really nice way of getting that blue to carry through the house, because obviously they want more of the Daggerfall Covenant blue, so they just used the New Life Festival stuff instead. It's this meds. I'm like, I automatically, with my RA, I already have a shot memory. It's called brain fog, and you know, I'll lose words. Like, I won't be able to remember names or words. I know them inside. Like, I feel like I know what I'm saying, but I lose the words. But on top of that, I'm on antibiotics, and the antibiotics just kick my ass, and I, like, completely can't remember things after this morning. They're just gone. Like, I don't know where the thoughts go, but I lose them. But this was a really interesting room. I really thought, is there any effects in here? No effects. Okay, I think I said that. So this was really cool to me, this shrine area. I think there were a lot of really interesting ideas. Azura, this comes from the Azura pack, which I regret not buying. I need to get them the next time they're coming around. Yeah, Twantle, same thing. I could, you know, have my phone in my hand and be looking for my phone. So this is that moss from erstwhile, or from buying it from the Crown Vendor. And what's interesting about that moss is it actually has collision. So you can't go through this moss. It's a good way to close off areas that you don't want people to go through. and not even make them look like they're really closed off. So that's a good building trick there. I also like the use of the crystals mixed in with the blue flowers. I think it just really, all of the blue braziers and everything, it's like the blue, obviously Daggerfall Covenant blue is carried throughout the entire house, and I think it looks beautiful. Display cases, put a candle. When you're going to use a display case, put a candle on the inside of the display case or some other kind of light, or you get this, you can't see through it very easily. Something lit. The other way you can get around this is EHT. Put like a piece of EHT sheet metal across the bottom and like dye it even black or brown. Make it look like it's part of it, but it's bright enough that you can actually see what's inside. But here we go. We've got a combination of blue braziers set into those stones that you can get at the furnishing vendors. And it creates a nice little fireplace. This is interesting because this is now the second time that I've seen somebody make something with that type of altar thing or pedestal. I don't know what zone it's from, but they're pedestals, if I understand correctly, and they just put them on an angle, and if you do that, you can make like a nice arch, because they're small enough to do that. But I'm not sure what zone they're from, but you'd have to be really careful so that you can make sure that there's no overlapping of the design and it makes it look natural. Because if you overlap the design at the seam, it would look really bizarre. This looks like a lot of work to me. Not that I'm complaining, you know, it's like I understand working is, you know, that's just the way these things go. I don't know if this is elevated in the normal house. I want to say no. But I don't think so. I think they may have elevated everything in the center of the house. Because otherwise it's just, there's some weird, maybe. But there's some weird seams here otherwise. I have a feeling. I don't know. Anyway, so into the bedroom. And that's a clever usage. You know, it looks like they were trying to pull blue from different sources to like have like a palette of blue. Not just one blue, but like a bunch of different blues to really draw the eye. Because the Daggerfall Covenant blue is really this blue. But having all different kinds actually is just really interesting. Oh, look at that chandelier. Isn't that cool? That's a great idea. I really like that. You know, I could imagine that you could have dangling things from this too and just really add to it to, you know, if you're looking for a place to go start working on getting money as a builder, you may want to look into chandeliers because apparently, you know, they sell and you can make some really creative, cool stuff. So yeah, okay. So that leaves the basement. Did I not look at the kitchen? I don't think I looked at the kitchen. But so again, if you want to go with a really huge cornucopia, you can possibly use the kiln, but it would take some fussing with it. You wouldn't be able to use it as is because the bottom is solid. You'd have to do something either with EHT or you'd have to load the thing up to block the solid portion. So down here is all the trophy area and whatnot. And Tithis hanging out, guarding the treasure. Let me tell you, Tithis and this dog, I'm not sure it's enough to keep me from stealing all that treasure. I've got a bow. And you know, it's like, screw you, Tithis. And you're dead. I don't know. Not sure that's a great idea. Okay. Xana says, are you still here? This last one, well, it's not necessarily the last one, but the next one I'll show you. Let me just say that this contest is going to be next to impossible to judge because, I mean, there are some things in this contest that are things that I've never seen before. Hey, Genesis, I'll look at your house after this if you'd like me to. Um, but this one is going to be a tough one to really decide because I mean, so many of these homes are beautiful and have such clever little ideas in them and really convey a feeling of home. I don't know. Some of them are just clever ideas on the idea of heart, like Wednesday mornings had that heart. I think Findar also did the Telltale Heart, if you know the Poe story. So this is incredible, but this is, I'm going to put on my personality. Hold on. I'm going to put on my treasure hunter personality because it's kind of dark out here and I don't know why personality is under appearance. Okay, here we go. So we're outside of, this is Serenity Falls. And what Seri, I think it's Seri, has done is she's entirely re-landscaped with the elsewhere curbs and walls and stuff and sunken them in and then just created all new raised gardens throughout here. So even without doing anything inside the house yet, she's re-landscaped in a very flowing, beautiful manner. And you know, I don't have a problem with the outside of Serenity Falls. I have more of a problem with the interior of the house. But this has really changed my mind about Serenity Falls in general, like what can be done with it, because it's very transformative. I would not have expected things to be, that's funny. So because she has the wood back here, the woodworking station, she just put some planks. It looks like, you know, somebody's actually working on wood. That's funny. So yeah, I feel like seeing this house really made me think that look at Serenity Falls entirely differently and how you can improve stuff based simply on closed off. Based simply on like landscaping in general. And I've always thought that about, like, you know, maybe flowers in general, but the way that people have been using these new elsewhere curved walls has just been pretty astounding to create an entire new feel to the home. It just feels so much more like a Japanese garden. It's so much cleaner and just prettier, and I don't know what it is. It just seems to me to go better than the house does naturally. All right. And so what she did, and this is an important addition I should add. These are Khajiit posts, and you can get them, I think, from Ralka Furnishing Vendor, and they're underused because you can use these in so many really cool ways. You can build fireplaces out of them. You can use them as chimneys. She's used them as their intent, which is posts. And they really, you know, you can use them for so many different things. It's really smart. And I never really think of them, and I should think of them more often. This house is going to blow your minds, guys. So I have an issue with this house. You know, the four posts, the four columns when you first come into that front room in Serenity Falls pisses me off. I don't know if it's feng shui or what it is, but it's the worst. I don't know why they built it like that. It breaks up the whole house. It looks like crap. I rant about it every single time I go into a Serenity Falls, no matter how nice it is. I always say, well, how is this person going to deal with this front room problem? Sometimes I've seen them turn it into a library. Sometimes I've seen them turn it into a bar. You know, usually they work with the house in order to make it into something, because if you just leave it as is, the house looks bizarre. Well, what she did is amazing. She got rid of it. See, those are the first, okay, I can't even like explain to you how different this is for me, mind-blowingly. So she redid the roof with some brick. And then where this naturally falls, she put carpeting. So that vibrant Alinori carpeting. So which really kind of goes with it, with the Khajiit look, because Khajiit are very colorful people, and it even matches like a lot of the red that Khajiiti homes are. And when I started to go further in this house, the more my mouth dropped. She's got carpeting as wallpaper, which looks really good. She used a lot of it. And then over here, she sunk the cabinets in, giving her a little bit more space and making everything look like a cleaner line. You know, it doesn't jut out and then look strange. It actually, they sink in and they look right. Now, I don't even know what this is. I'm gonna cop to that. I spent some time trying to figure out what these were. No idea. I'm assuming that's some sort of back of something. I just can't figure out what. It must be one of the Red Guard things, but what, I don't know. And it's killing me that I'm ashamed as like a streamer for housing that I can't identify this. But if any of you know, tell me, because it's pretty amazing. And it really does look like what it's supposed to be, you know, like in a wine room, like that's, you would have that behind the wine cellar stuff. So that's really smart. And she built an entire oven system that wasn't here, and a kitchen. Just a nice little kitchen, and she too using the centered pan to look like a scoop. That's a smart idea. So this is just built from scratch pretty much, because she just ignored the layout of the house and did her own thing, which is kind of amazing. This is why this house is mind-blowing to me. It's like, what is this? This isn't Strident Springs. I don't even know what this is. It kind of makes me almost want to start asking, can we get the property with no house on it? Like, can we have, you know, crown version, furnished crown version, the gold version, and then nothing? Just nothing on the property. Give us the property itself and let us build it from scratch, because we'll do it. And so this house is mostly furnished in elsewhere style, and I really like it. Expensive painting right there. So then these stairs are, in fact, actually here in the house, but it's easy to get lost. Like, I'm not really sure where the posts are. I think they were here. I think these are the first posts. And I think the second posts are when you come back down beside, on the other side of the house, because she has it broken up so you can go down again. I think that she has hidden the other ones there. So what she's done is she's basically cut off the front of the house at the posts, which I hate. The posts I hate. And so she split the house and got rid of the problem that way. So we're on the second floor. This, I think, is part of the house, and she's wallpapered with the vibrant Alinori carpeting, and she created, I think, an organ here. Yeah, this has got to be an organ or a piano, and that must be the music. And that's the edge of a rug for the piano keys. You can use so many different things for the piano keys. I've seen people use books. I have personally used the tops of cargo crates. You can do all sorts of things. Okay. So this is just a hallway, just a little overview. So most people don't decorate on these. And then you, like a little second floor patio type dealies. So I'm assuming this is like a sitting room. This is where you come and sit and listen to music or play a game. That's interesting. So she's not using the game as a game. Check it out. I see now. It's a drum set. It's one of those kick drums. I never noticed that before, because you can see the little stick, and you can see the you could see the apple is supposed to be the thing that hits. I'm sorry, I'm not very well versed in instruments, but I assumed that this was just the game, but it's not. It's actually a drum. That's cool. And I guess, including the dragon horn, we're going to call it a very loud instrument, because that would be kind of painful. But yes, I want to give Chrysaea all the credit here for this idea. If you don't have the battle horn for your cornucopia contest, use this. Use the dragon horn. It's about the same thing. It's about the same size. It doesn't look as seasonal, I suppose, but it does the job. So you can use that. So, okay, here we go. This portion, if I'm remembering the house right, I think that this raised elsewhere, I don't know if it's flooring, just regular flooring, the raised elsewhere ceiling, flooring, whatever, is going over that empty space after, because there's a hole in the middle of the ceiling in Trident Springs. In between those 4 posts, there's nothing. So she's closed it up so she can use the space. And she created a fireplace here where there was nothing. And then she redid the ceilings with the brick. And so now we're on the other side of those 4 posts. Now here's the other thing. Now you can see the other side of the 4 posts. So now we're in the back half of the house. She just split it in half. I mean, getting rid of the problem altogether. It's a really smart way to do it. And so this is what I'm talking about. Like, J Hart will come and he will look at this house and he will definitely appreciate it. But I don't know if he will appreciate it on the same level that I do, because of the fact that I hate Serenity so much and she avoided all of the problems Serenity have. And then she made a very ingenious kind of bathroom situation here, sinking down the 2 mirrors on either side, and then using the Eleanor fountain, and then sinking one of these planters into the middle like a basin, and then using those things as different perfumes or whatnot. Sinking one of them in really works too. Makes it look like a different kind of potion or bottle. Putting this up here next to, putting the clothing, the hanging cloth, it all looks just right. It's really well done. This is, if I had built this house, I would have probably considered it a crowning achievement for everything that I've ever built, because not only does she have the little details, like these ingenious little created items, but she also has entirely redone architecture. You know, completely and utterly without a flaw. You cannot see where the problems are. Redone in architecture. She actually added an extra floor, I think. Just completely redid everything. And it's flawless. So, I mean, this is me going mouth drop open kind of reaction to this. So this is all handmade. These are made with the elsewhere stairs. And then this is just another one of the floors. And she's created a library up here where normally you just have empty space for the roof. Okay. And if I remember correctly, yeah, this is kind of divided by these. This is just part of the house. So you don't really have a choice about the size of what you're going to build here. But she built really amazing room. Again, just the couches on their side like that so that you can make a couch out of beds. And then, believe it or not, she's got another floor on this one. And another. And here you are, you're in the hot, sexy room. I'm assuming this is where all the naughty things go down. With your skooma and your moon sugar. Oh, yeah, this is clearly, you know, this is like, for me, this would be a crowning achievement of my entire career. This is just mind-blowing, you know? So let's go to Xanas's house. Because Xanasis was one of the people who actually made it in that list of people that I shouldn't look as many as I'm doing, but I am doing it because I you know, just going through them, I was just like, I have so much to say. I have so much to say about all of this. And then I start thinking about my idea for the cornucopia, and I'm like, I've changed it now four or five times, and I'm not satisfied with any of them final decisions on it. I may not even enter it in the end because I'm not happy with anything that I've done. But I am putting it in the house that I originally was going to use for Home is Where the Heart Is. I'm going to do that. So I'll get use out of that house, even though it wasn't really, it didn't end up getting used in time, and I ended up using my Dawn Shadow again, which is fine. So this is Xenis's house, and remember what I said about a feel when you first come into a house? This is exactly what I kind of expected would be what most of the feels would be, which is cozy. This is a very cozy house. This is Captain Margaux's house, which is a small house, but it's not like claustrophobic small here. It's cozy, and I think that that's really hard to do with such a small space. But you walk in, and it's just very inviting. You see all these places that you just want to sit down, and I really like this. This is cobbled. That's really cool. It's actually two of those planters with the butterfly bushes, which I'm a huge fan of, on the bottom. And then, you know, the Glow Lux plant on the top. And, you know, adding stuff behind the bookshelf like this, by putting the painting behind the bookshelf, what a great way to get more decoration in without having the space for it. You can, you know, you're using up a whole ton of space with the bookshelf, but if you're putting a painting or a picture, or in this case a tapestry behind it, you're getting to use that space too. Especially for something that's kind of annoying that it has that yellow in it. I'm still pissed about that. So, you know, maybe you don't want to draw the eye to it completely, but you like the coloring or whatnot. I don't know. I like it. And then, you know, the desk, the kitty, all very home-like. I think the majority of home-like feeling, homey, warm feeling, believe it or not, I think comes from light. I've noticed some things, like if you use firelight, candles, flames, things like that that move, it's a warmer light than if you use the magical type lights, crystals or whatnot. And it's, I guess, because of the yellow tone to it. But even the, you know, the Varla stones or the whatever, Calanda stones, don't have that yellow of true firelight to it. So it's like if you're looking for warmth, my best suggestions would be lots of tapestries, lots of rugs, lots of carpeting, lots of pillows, and fire. Lots of fire. Whatever kind of fire, you know, you want to go with is fine. Candles, fireplace, great. Speaking of great, look at that. Using two of the fireplace wood holders as grating, and it looks right. That's kind of awesome. That is kind of awesome. But yeah, so I think that Xenis here has exemplified warmth. And I really like it. Treat says, you didn't enter, did you? Or did you? Because my notes are all screwed up. Like, I crossed things out and messed them up, so it's possible that I didn't. I don't know. Let me double check. Burr, 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 burr. DDA. Events and challenges. No treatses. Last thing you finished. That's your circus tent. Is that the one with the flame circles? With the kitty jumping through it? Because if that's you... Treats! Ah! I knew it was you. I showed it the other day, and I couldn't remember who it was, whose house it was, but the best part about that, and I'm going to totally label it now, because I have screenshots of that. And I've loved it since I first saw it, but I didn't know whose it was. Yes, it's amazing. I mean, it's an incredible picture. And it's amazing because it was, I will go, I promise, Genesis. Let me just mark something down because I don't I had no idea whose house it was. All I remembered is it was her first real house, and mind was blown. I was like, holy crap, how is this her first house? This is incredible. No, I showed it to people because it was just so amazing. And Treats house. Yay! Okay. And then we'll get back to Xanas's, and then I'll talk to you more about your house. But that house is mind-blowing. And in fact, I only ever showed people screenshots, so we can go there after. Second house, okay. So let's finish talking about Xanas's, because I don't want Xanas's to feel like they've been shoved aside. But, because she's really amazing too. And I love the warmth. I'm very happy with the warmth here. And the little touches, like the knife through the bread and the pumpkin. Yeah, it is cute. I like it because it doesn't need to be big to convey it. In fact, this size probably helps it feel more cozy. So this goes on my list. In fact, I don't know if I added it on my list yet. I should have if I didn't. This goes in my list of second floors for houses that don't normally have them. So Captain Margaux's, and this is Xanas's second floor. Because I have a whole series of those. And this is a perfect example, and I don't think that I've ever seen anyone else do a second floor in Captain Margaux's. No, I have not. I've never seen anyone else do this. So you're the first one I've ever seen in over 4,000 houses that did a second floor in this house, and it works. You know, because there is the space, believe it or not. I was kind of surprised to see it, but there is the space, and you used it well. So the second floor here is, you know, it's the planking. I'm assuming it could be just standard planks. I don't think these are the elsewhere planks. And then carpeting, and it's just a lovely bedroom. And where else would you sleep but with your treasure? I mean, honestly. And I don't think that this is part of it. So I think you just actually just shove that in there and it looks like it goes. One of those hanging stars. It really looks like it goes. Yes. Sometimes in it. So yeah, I think this house is an absolute success. And it's super cozy. And it's a great use of a small space. And I think you really nailed it. I think this is home is where the heart is. I would want to come here and I would want this to be my home. You know? I love it. So anyway, not to get on too quickly from that, but would you want me to look at that house, or would you prefer me look at your first house? What was your first house, Treats? Because I've forgotten whose it was. Back when I was taking screenshots back then, I was really bad about writing down whose they were because I was only going to use them for my own uses. But then I realized, like, you know, sometimes I want to go back and look at these houses again and see how exactly did they do that? Do you want me to look at the snow globe? Or are you ashamed of it? Not that I've ever seen it. So I don't know. Well, you know what? So a lot of houses look like firsts, but do you want me to go to Cold Harbor then? Cold Harbor is where you have the circus, I think. I want to show them the circus, if nothing else. I think it's Cold Harbor. Okay. I don't have permissions. You suck. Turn on permissions. Sijic. Alright, you don't suck. I suck. For some reason, I thought it was Cold Harbor. Excuse me, my neck is killing me from this. Whatever it is I'm suffering from. So yeah, I remember it must have been Rio who was showing me this house and was bragging, and rightfully so, bragging that you were amazing. And thank you for the follow Sleeping Bella. Let me add your name to my list of things to send to people. Bella and Treat. Yeah, Rio was showing off your house and bragging. It was like, this is like her first time. And I was like, holy crap. And it really is a holy crap kind of thing. Did I ever sign this? July. I signed this in July. Hello. Glad you spoke up. I'm showing off somebody's second house ever that is unbelievable. And you really shouldn't stop, Treat, because you are amazing. at this. And I honestly would love to see what you do next. So I've shown screenshots of this house before, but I haven't shown it in person. And here we go. Check it out. She made a circus tent. Can you believe it? Check out the... I've never seen anybody even think about doing this. You know, did somebody turn those out on you? Yeah, I think that one's off. I don't know. Maybe I'm on crack. I don't know. Looks like some of them on the bottom here are turned off. But, yeah, this whole side is turned off. Yeah, you may want to come and turn it back on because I tried and it wouldn't let me. I can't interact with it. So half of the fire is off. Okay. So, yeah, this flaming circles at the kitty of anguish. Right choice there on the cat, because they would be kind of anguished if they miss. Flaming circles. So it's just like hoops. Hoops, Karen, not circles. Hoops. Words are hard. So, I mean, I've seen a lot of houses. And this was so creative and so much fun. And I can't wait to see, the next thing you do. Even if it's something simple, don't feel intimidated because this has already sold me on your skills. Also, just so you know, and you don't have to feel bad about this if you do it or you don't, but there is a command in EHT, which I see you are using because this is in the open house. You can set it to hide all grass, so no one will see the grass coming through the floor. Anybody who has EHT won't see this. It'll go away. It's just a setting in EHT that you can do if you hit effects and then house or something. Let me see. It's under effects. So essential effects and then home customization, hide grass. Simple as that. And you click that, and then when you upload your stuff to the community, if you do use the community thing, no one will see it. So that's how you do it. Just so you know how to do the community thing. If you don't have it installed, super simple. Just go into the folder for EHT and then hit the executable that's in there. It's been tested by Norton. It's been tested by other companies, and it's completely free of any viruses or any problems. And now Cardi also works for ZOS, so he should also, yeah, it won't work though until we both reload a UI, so don't sweat it for now. But Cardi also works for ZOS now, so he doesn't have any viruses in his programs, or he would be in a lot of trouble. So yeah, once you install, yeah, you know what? I would too. I would too. He's that kind of guy. So if you upload it to the community, no one will ever see grass again who has EHT installed. And I know I'm going into it. I wasn't done oohing and awing about your bleachers here and all the pillows on it. And it's such a cute idea. Wait a minute. So that must be, this is the one you come in, right? Or is it, no, this is the other room. Okay. Yeah, isn't it? She did an amazing job. And so here's the mini tent, right? And she's got butterfly bushes, which everyone knows I love. And she's got little snacks here. And this is where all the guar hang out. Because of course they do. The little guar farm here. It's like one of the little... I live in Wisconsin, and we have goat farms near us. And one of the little goat farms near us has a single, like, it's almost like a cabin. It's a small little building, and they house kittens. All of the kittens, like, rescues and whatnot. And so they have a kitten cabin, and you can go in, and there's a lot of kids in there, and supervised by an adult, but... all the kids can go in there and pet kittens and play with kittens, whatever, and they'll adopt them out to you. But it's like essentially like it's like an attraction at a little petting farm. And this reminds me of that, but with guar. It's like, I want to go pet the guar. I love guar. My first mount was a guar. I actually paid crowns for it, and I don't regret it at all. Look at this. This is so cute. Pocket mammoth. All right, so I'm done. I'm done squeeing. I do owe everyone a rando, so let's see what randomly comes up in open houses. I saw some good randos today. I was actually looking on my own, and I saw Warzone Wasp made a mushroom bed, and it was really kind of cool. So I was impressed with that. And that's just, you know, this is how I find these random things. Just using this. So the rando of the day will go to Sprinkles 808, because I don't think I've been to any home by there. Are you kidding, Treat? I've loved this house since I first saw it. Goodness. You did an amazing job on this house. And I'm glad I finally know whose it is, because I have such shame and sadness over the fact that, you know, I've shown it, like, screenshots of it, but not given credit to who it was. And I even said, like, you know, I'm an idiot. Sorry. Wow, you know, that actually really cheered me up. Because I'm sick, I've been having these crappy days. Where the heck are we? I thought we were in Mornoth. Where are we? We're in Moonmirth. I misread it. So this will be a quick one, and we could do another. I read this as Mornoth. So 31 out of 200 items. So this is somebody just starting out, is my impression. But for just starting out, this is actually really a clever idea. Using the red stuff as like a little curtain. Aw, this is cute. That's just so weird. The way that the hole behind with the window up against it, it almost looked like there was someone there or something. That's really odd. But yeah, this is a good beginning. You know, it's better than my beginning, because my beginning was like one table, one candle, one stool. And that's all I had. This person is at least, they've picked elsewhere in Khajiit theme and stuck with it and made it very beautiful. So, very good. Let us look at a little bit of a bigger rando. I'm glad I streamed today. I wasn't sure I was going to, but yesterday's was kind of like a crappy stream because I wasn't feeling it. All right, unholy holy warrior. I don't know that person either, so let's try that out. Grand Sijic. Yeah, it's a newer thing. It's only been like a month now. It's not for money. I actually don't even want people to subscribe. It's really just for the fact that I love the housing community. It's been really good for me. It's gotten me to do more communicating with people. Like, I'm a very, very introverted, not social person. And so, like, doing this really helps. It really helps me get over some of that. Plus, I like talking about housing, and I like the housing community is just full of awesome, awesome people. And I'm not exaggerating. They really are just some of the best people you'll ever meet online anyway. So this is Unholy Holy Warrior. And I try to do one random a day, but if the random is really small, I'll try to do 2 of them. It says 386 items out of 700. So this person has probably not completed this house, but it's certainly got a good, okay, they did connect that. Good start on it. So the other day I was touring houses, and there was somebody who had over there, like on that pedestal area, had Volendrung right in the middle, and then had 6 Elder Scrolls just spinning. And I'm like, 6 Elder Scrolls in a Volendrung. Good God, that person is clearly a PvPer and good at it. So I don't know if you knew you could use this space, but you can. And also, I don't know if you know that this is fully these Argonian trellises. You can make these. They're a really cheap kind of structural piece, and they have full collision even though they don't look like they should. So you can use these in a lot of places, and they're pretty wide. So they're a good thing to keep in mind. What are you going to give me, people? Is it good? No. Another experience scroll. So yeah, I think this person is still building it, but I want to show you that you can go up on here. Now, Cigic is just an incredible value because, especially for the people, those of us who got it for free. You know, obviously there's the parts of it that you know are available for use. You know, this outside area going all the way back into the right and to the left. It's just this beautiful area. The house itself is actually impressive with a lot of good space. You can actually build up pretty high up to where that waterfall is. So you've got the height that you can build, and then you can build all the way down to the water. So you've got this tremendous height. Like if you wanted to do like a cliff diving thing or whatever. I've seen somebody do a cliff diving thing. And then also this extra space on top of these monuments is available for building. But even more impressive is you can build really far out and really far around. So you can go unbelievably far around the property. This is like one of the best properties, if not the best property, for building out. It's really a surprising amount of space that you can do. Yeah, the housing people are great. And I think that what's good is J Hart is actually keeping people. Oh, that's cute too. These also have collision, and they're very good for you know, allowing you to go to spaces you otherwise can't. So this person actually did use some of the space back here, but you see that little island thing all the way out there? You can go all the way out there. Yeah, that's how far you can build. You can build all the way around, all the way out there. So I know that Greek Vamp, should you ever want to visit their home, built an entire island system that goes all the way out to that thing there. And it's just incredible. Like, so much of this is buildable. You know, if you ever hear somebody complaining that they don't know where to build, if they haven't filled up their slots in this house, they should really think about it, because I have 2 builds in my Cigic. I had the Sheogarath build, which I've mostly killed off, but I also have the bonsai garden build, which I have all on the water like that. I think somebody has a scary build over here, as one does. So here we have a scary build. I cannot say enough about the community. Everybody else's community is kind of dying. Oh, storage here. Everyone else's community is kind of dying out, but interestingly not the housing community. And I think that that's mostly because that we're constantly challenging ourselves. You know, we're always saying, let's try making this and let's try making that. And even though we're limited in our tools, that's a smart idea. Just putting it just under the water. Not only does it look cool, but it makes it so you're not just falling in and have to start swimming. That's really smart. Some clever ideas buried in this house, you know? Anyway. Yeah, so you can build up that far too. I liked this. I had a Sheo build in here, and I actually flipped all of the trees that came with the house upside down, because Sheo's stuff is often upside down in his zone. So I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe this house has become more storage and less whatever, but I don't know. This looks very mechanical. This is interesting. Okay, so this is a trophy house. Smart. You know, I honestly think that maybe we could have a contest for show off your trophies and your achievements in the coolest way possible, right? You know, just not just making stuff with the trophies, but actually like show them off. Have a house where you can show off all the stuff that you've done and your hard work, and how many times you had to try killing the same beastie so that you could get the trophy on. So, you know, I like that idea. Is this treasure? I'm going to think we're going to find some treasure in here somewhere. Interesting place for a barn. I probably would have had my barn outside, but, you know, if you like your animals that much, maybe you want them inside. So people are obviously sleeping here. This is probably a barracks of some sort. And then food. Somebody grading, maybe? Grading people? I don't know. But I may want to do just like in the new year when we don't have many ideas. Yeah, I use this for storage sometimes too. When we don't have a lot of ideas for things to do, we could possibly talk about doing a trophy house. And I think that would be fun. I'm going to be doing one of my first contests with J Hart, and I'll be funding the prizes, but he'll be doing everything else in terms of like running the contest and whatnot. So I just think that it would be fun. So does anyone else want me to look at their house while they're here? If not, I can call it, but I figured I could happily show. In fact, you know what I could do? While you guys are thinking about that, I'll show you my entry to this particular contest. I did like yours, Tawantl. It was actually really good, and I actually did a thing on it. That's okay. My house did not make it in time. That's all right. I do look forward to, well, the last two we just looked at weren't finished either. The first person was clearly still working on it, and the second person looked like half of it was storage, but it was an interesting build nonetheless. Looked like they were in the middle of it, but this was my entry on the Khajiit party. So you've all probably seen this house before. But this was my entry for Home is Where the Heart Is because my other build was not done in time. I blew the deadline. I was not able to do it in time. But yeah, I put a lot of work into this when I did it. So I don't feel bad about like using it twice. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, I take screenshots of things that I thought were cool, and I saw somebody do something like this with these lanterns. Like they had these lanterns dangling just a little bit over some tables outside in the house. And I took that picture and then probably a year later decided, you know what? I like that aesthetic. I'm going to build that in my own house. And I just took that one idea. So my thought is like when you visit somebody's house, it doesn't hurt to take a screenshot of things that you think are cool. And maybe one day you'll use them. It's just the thought. So yeah, this is the gaudy interior of my Khajiit house. But, home is where the heart is. A very wealthy Khajiit is going to be gaudy. So yeah, this ended up being my entry because my other entry, I tried to do something very cute and cozy, and it just didn't happen in time. I tried. Lots of EHT in here. This looks fine either way you look at it. So it's with or without EHT, it looks fine. But personally, I like it better with EHT because I think the butterscotch coloring that carries throughout the house looks better with, the highlighting of, the floors and the walls. I think the butterscotch was really what I was going for with this house, is that color. And then upstairs, the brick looks really good compared to the really crappy normal walls. Like, look at the condition of the normal walls. I'm not sure I would really... I mean, it really brings the place down. Makes it kind of look like a dump. And I mean, maybe the bricks don't look super real. Fine. But they do add a less, run-down look to it. It becomes much more... wow. That must have moved. That must have moved. That's interesting. One of my things moved. So let's see if Karen can fix it. I don't know why, but one of my bricks. Am I moving the right one? Probably not. All right, are you the brick? You are probably the brick. Okay, you go back. There we go. That's how simple it is, folks. You select it and you hit back. Oh my goodness. Eflux, thank you. Oh, congratulations, Treats. Now you can use my potato. My one potato. Oh my goodness. You guys, you're so sweet. Oh my goodness. You are so nice. Oh my God, Eflux. You're killing me, Larry. Oh my God. Oh, you're so kind. Please use my potato. I had Stormahawk make it for me. You used my potato! Yay! You can use that in Discord too, now that you've got it. Isn't that just the cutest potato ever? She made that for me, like, completely from scratch. I'm gonna get that on a t-shirt. It's a stabby potato! Isn't it cute? I love it! It's so adorable. Thank you so much. You guys, you're the best. Eflux, you killed me, man. Thank you so much. So, I mean, I'm touched. See what I'm saying? Housing people who are in my guilds are just the nicest people. Really. Just, God, you're killing me. Enjoying your potatoes, everyone. I'm so excited. Everybody's got my potatoes. I'm getting like 3 or 4 more potatoes. I'm going to get a derpy potato. Oh, Eflux. And I know it was sad, you know, especially since you haven't been around for a while. I really wish that you had been. I feel like you need to be back more, because Unicorns is like kind of getting quiet without you, and I don't know. I need more Eflux in my life. Cromwell, hello! Everybody's potatoing. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. Oh, Eflux, you're crazy. Thank you. You made my day. I've been having such a crappy week because I'm sick and they don't know what's wrong with me. And you guys, you're killing me. Some weird stuff showed up in my blood tests, and one of the possibilities is cancer. And like, I had cancer when I was 30, and I beat it when I was 31. And oh wow, it's okay. I understand you. I'm touched. I'm touched, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, so one of the possibilities of those cells showing up is cancer, and it's like, I don't need that again. I don't want to go through that again. So I'm waiting to get the test back, and then I got the test back this morning, and it said it was inconclusive, and I have to go back for more tests. So it's like I've been stressing out over this since Thursday when they told me that I needed to take more tests because things came back wonky, and now I still don't have an answer. So I'm just not having a good night, So this has just completely made me smile, and I didn't think anything was going to make me smile today, so thank you guys. Yeah, it is awful. The other thing that it could mean is kidney failure. So, I mean, it's bad when you're wishing for kidney failure over cancer, but I'm at that point in my life. Oh, God. So we'll see. We'll see what it turns out being. Maybe it'll be nothing. You ever notice sometimes things move? Because I think things move. Oh, me too. I'm starting to think that it's a really common thing that things move more than they let on. Because I'll sometimes come to a house and just like so much of my stuff will be just like slightly off. And I also noticed that, look at that. That's just bizarre. And I noticed that some people on the forums are saying the same thing, that things are moving on them. It's not, and in some ways I'm thinking it's like, I just must be me. I must be just seeing things, It can't possibly be this way. But I really am starting to think that it is happening. It's just bizarre. Thank you, Eflux. You really did. You really, really did. Gremlins, yes. So, let me see. Nobody wants me to check out their house. I do have a house that somebody wants me to see. On... Alright, I don't want to look at Greek Geminis right away, but there's a bunch on EU, but there's somebody on NA who told me... I know you guys probably heard of Bayushi. She's a friend of mine, and I showed her video last time, but she said there's a house on NA you may want to see. It's by the Dark Shade. So I don't know if they're going to allow me into the house or not, but it's a 4 to 8 person crazy maze game. Hey, Frank. Did you see I did your boulder? I did your boulder. It was great. Um, was it your boulder you wanted me? Yeah, that was it. No? Which one? Which one did you want me to do? Did I write it down wrong? I had Frank Myers next to it, Boulder. Oh, so you're different Myers. Okay. Okay. Got it. No problem. All right. Good. Okay. I'm getting all confused here. Okay. So let me just go to this one real quick, and then Zana says I can always reload UI. But the problem is that I'm afraid that it's going to die on me. So this was my entry. Home is where the heart is. So you'll probably see this again on you'll see this again on J Hart's stream if you're going to watch it, which you should, because he's a lot of fun. And he tries so hard, and he cares, you know. He really cares. Let me see which house she said. She did not say, so maybe it's primary. So why are you up this late now? Okay, it is open. It says it was Grand Sigik. So this was recommended to me. I hate mazes. I'm not good at mazes, but we're gonna just take a look. And then I'll try to reload UI and not get disconnected. Yeah, right. I have not been able to reload UI and not be disconnected in a very long time. I need to start working on my Halloween house, Jesus, my Christmas house. But I was going really ambitious with it, and I think it may be too much for me. What on earth? This is a storage house. I do not believe that this is the house that she was talking about. No. That was a mistake. Okay, so I'll get which house she meant, and then I'll reload UI and hopefully... Yeah, you know, God, tell you, it is so expensive to do things. I'm trying to... I'm thinking about doing the Nutcracker Suite for Christmas. New Life Festival. What I was thinking about doing is, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the beginning of the Nutcracker Suite ballet, where they have the rats fight the toy soldiers. I kind of wanted to do something along those lines. It's going to be difficult. I'm not sure it'll even be possible, but if nothing else, I wanted to do how the scenery usually looks like a big tree, like a big Christmas tree with big toys, you know, or big presents underneath it. So I was thinking that might work. But I don't know. I don't know if it's even possible. It probably isn't, because, I mean, how would I make the Nutcracker himself? I don't know. That was just where my brain went. And New Life is just maybe I'll just make the bottom of the tree and the presents and nothing else. You know? It still would be cool because it'll be an odd size. I was going to use Strident Springs, because Strident Springs, I hate the house, so why not just use that front property? But I don't know. The other thing I could do is buy Moon Sugar, but then again, that's the same problem. Dropping real money on this game when they're not exactly improving housing or much of anything else at this point, and people are dropping like flies. Do I really want to invest a lot more money of my personal real money into it? Okay, I'm going to Xanas's. All right, I reloaded UI Xanas's, so it should work. Forgive me, enchanted snowglobe. I never know if it's enchanted snowglobe or the enchanted snowglobe, so I always get confused by that. I apologize. But wow, Ethelux, man, you made my day. It has been some rough week. My husband has been so busy. He was away 8 out of the 10 days this week. Out of the last 10 days, because he had so much going on with work and whatever. Oh, that's fine. My UI is actually called Oblivion style UI. You can get it off of Minion. Bert Firkins used it it's not very configurable. Like, you can't actually change any of these colors or do anything to make it look different. But if you're comfortable with that, you can still just, you know, I still like it regardless of the fact that it's not very configurable. So I was here in June, but I'm assuming it looked a lot different back then. Holy crap. Yeah, Xanasis, this looks different. Wow. Okay, so this is a perfect example of working against the house in a good way. This is 600 of 600 items, 17 out of 2,000 effects. So what I would normally consider this is working against the house, because this house does not lend itself easily to mushroomy goodness and a floral aspect, but you've done it. You've really done it here. I like the lamp on the lady. It works. It really works. Which reminds me, I have to go hit the Lux vendor before the weekend ends, because I normally get it on Friday, but I was so sick on Friday that I was out. I was out cold. Wow, look at this. You always do so well with your gardens, Xanasis. You really do. You've got real talent. And the sky is obviously EHT, everyone, so. You know, that I tried to do something like this in Cold Harbor. Like, make it more of a different kind of feel, like a more foresty feel. But you've actually done it. It's like a park. You know, like park benches there. Oh, look at this! Wow! This is so pretty. Wow, you've done a really good job. This is like a little grotto. And the bridge. It's so pretty. You know, that's a really good balance of pink and blue. It's like mostly pink, but a little bit of the blue there. No, the vendor will disappear, I thought, in like, it's only 6:22 p.m. Or if you count Eastern time, it's 7:22. So I don't think he goes away until later. I don't think. Unless I'm on crack. I mean, he was late to this last time, but I thought that was daylight savings time kind of issue. Okay, nocturnal, remember? I remembered it. Thank you, guys. I remembered it this time. This is stunning. You know, and I'm not a huge fan of the house. So this is beautiful. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm on crack. I don't know that there was anything I really cared about all that much, except I might have gotten another gazebo. But it's overkill. Merkmeyer walls and a lot of fairy dust. Which actually kind of mixes with the snow to make it look like it's even the snow is fairy dust. One of these giant shield platform mushrooms to cover. This is just so nice. It's so whimsical. See, this is now one of those builds that I start feeling like a little intimidated by. It's like, I would never have thought of this. Now I feel bad. Like, my stuff won't look like this. Wow. I need to get this item too. I've got to let J-Heart start pulling me through things. Okay, so this is smart. This is a good way to shut out the rest of the house. And just keep you going to the place. Oh, it's the landscaping and even inside is spectacular. Look at that. Use of effects. The glowy, not too overpowering glow. The use of color. It's beautiful. It's extremely well done. I'm very impressed. That's clever too. All right. This is amazing, Xanasis. You did a great job. I'm really impressed. Now I'm scared that I'm gonna ask you to make it to the vendor in time, so I'm gonna go. Does the vendor usually disappear with Flip? Is that what it does? Because, like, I don't... Flip is now at 7, isn't it? And, I mean, an hour earlier? I'm so confused. But yeah, Zana says your talent is just growing with every house you do. And it's beautiful. Like I've seen, I mean, even the first house I've ever seen of yours was really nice. And then, you know, you with each house you've grown as a builder and it's incredible. Sometimes I feel like I'm going backwards. Oh, let's see. No, flip. Like flip. Um, I'm wondering if flip it will be early or late. Why do you hate your snow globe? Oh, because of Xanus's? You can't do that to yourself. Don't compare yourself to somebody else. I tried doing that and I felt so bad and now I'm just okay, he's still here. Good. And I spied a J heart. I don't know about you guys. Alright, I'll buy one of these miserable things. I don't like these. I will buy one of those. Oh, these are ugly. Should I get one? I don't know. Maybe I could put another face on it. But I've got so much junk as it is. Alright. So I am going to call it. And good luck everybody on Flip. I wish you all the best with your stress. That's true. You're right. Thank you for reminding me of that. Then I definitely won't get it. Yeah. Best of luck to you all. And I love you all. And Eflux especially, thank you. And thank you everybody for your support. And I'm so touched. I really am. And I'll keep you updated on my situation such that it is. And yeah, thank you. All right. I will see you guys soon. Probably on Tuesday, maybe? Okay. Talk to you later.